Okay, so part 2 we are going to cover in two sections. The section first is I will show you how to configure with the self-sign certificate, and in section second I will show you how to configure with the third party CA certificates. Okay, and for each and every section it will be in two part. Okay, for covering the 12C and up to 14.1.1 version, and second is for the 14.1.2 and then 15.1.1 version, because for 14.12 and 15.11 we have the remote console, right? So there is some difference when we do the configuration from the WebLogic console. Similarly, 12 till 14.11 we have the traditional admin console, right? So there are certain small changes specifically in terms of the graphical user interface, like for the traditional admin console and for the remote console. Okay, so I will show you both. If you are on any version till 14.11, okay, then this will be applicable for you. But if you are using the 14.12 or 15.11, then this will be applicable for you. Okay. Similarly, for CA certificates as well, I will show you in two parts. One for the 12C and 14.1.1, and second is for the 14.1.2, and which will cover the 15.1.11 as well. And the reason is same, because in 14.12 and 15.11 we have the remote console, but up to 14.11 version we have the traditional admin console. Okay, so there are some navigational changes, so that I will show you. Right. So let us begin with the self-sign certificate configuration first. So let us first see the command that we use to export and import the self-sign certificate. So now, as we know that in self-sign certificate, we don't need to reach any of the third-party C authority, because we import our own self-sign certificate, right? So the command for that, first we need to export the certificate, okay, or you can say to export the self-sign certificate, right? So in the identity, when we created the identity store, what we learned, it create the public and private key, and along with that it create the self-sign certificate as well, right, which we can utilize if we would like to configure our environment with the self-sign certificate. So now for that we need to export our self-sign certificate. So this is the command that we use to export the self-sign certificate. So this is the key store that we have created in the part 1. This was the store password, okay, and we are using the key tool command and hyphen export to export the certificate. This is the alias that we have given when we have created our identity store for the mapping between public and private key, and this is the file in which we are going to export our self-sign certificate. So this is the command to export the certificate, and then we need to run the import command. Okay, and this import command we can run in the same key store, right, because this is a self-sign certificate. So what we are doing, we are exporting this certificate, self-sign certificate, and again we are importing in the same identity key store. Okay, the only difference is there, we are importing it with a different alias name. Okay, so this is a command to import the certificate. Key tool hyphen import hyphen v trust ca certs, then alias, you can give a new alias for your self and certificate. This is the file where we have exported our certificate. This is our key store, this is our key store password, okay, and this is our key password. Okay, so this is the command that we can run to import the certificate in our identity key store, and this is the self sign certificate. And once this is imported, okay, we can configure this as our custom identity and custom trust from the WebLogic console. So now same key store is going to act as a identity, and same key store is going to act as a trust store. Okay, so let me execute this command quickly, and then I will show you how to configure it from the WebLogic console. So configuration from the WebLogic console is a part 3. Okay, so this, for this self and certificate, I am going to cover part 3 as well along with this part 2, right? So now let me quickly show you the document. So this is the part 1 which we have executed. Okay, so now we are in the second part, and in the second part we are doing the configuration with the self sign certificate. So this is the command, okay, that we are using to export our certificate. You can see the file has been created. If I go to my folder, so this is the certificate that has been created. So now I will import this certificate in my key store. So this is the command to import. Let me quickly execute this as well. Okay, so it is asking that certificate already exists in key store under alias test, right? So initially when we have created this identity store, right, this self-signed certificate was created. So what we are doing, we have extracted the self-signed certificate from same identity store and then we are importing again. So it is prompting that this certificate is already exists with a different alias. Okay, so now what we are doing, we are importing the same certificate again with a different alias, right? So give yes. So that means now the certificate has been added. So that means our certificate work is completed. We have exported our self-signed certificate and then again we have imported in our trust or key store, right? So now we need to configure the WebLogic. Okay, so now we can scroll down to WebLogic section here. Okay, and for up to 14.1.1 versions, we need to configure these steps. We need to point WebLogic to our custom identity and custom trust. Then we need to provide our private key alias and key passphrase. Okay, and then we need to disable the hostname verification and then we need to enable the SSL port. So these are the configurations that we need to do from the WebLogic console. So this is the WebLogic home. So I have deleted this just to avoid any kind of a confusion here. So let me execute one by one. So first we need to configure the key store. So I will go to my WebLogic console. So this is my WebLogic console. This is my admin server, and inside the admin server we have the tab key stores inside the configuration tab. So here by default it is demo identity and demo trust, right? So we know that by default WebLogic is configured with the demo identity and demo certificate. So we are going to change it with our custom identity and custom trust, right? Click on save. It will populate you the location where you need to provide the details of your custom certificates. Okay, so this is auto populated in my case because this configuration was already exist there. Okay, so in your case this will be a completely a new fresh column, so you need to provide all the details here. So what are the details that I have provided here? This is the location for my custom identity key store, right? This is the same location that we have here for this particular store, right? And then this is the key store type. We have the PKCS12. Then we have to provide the custom identity key store passphrase. What is the passphrase for the key store? And the passphrase we can see in the initial command that we have given when we have created the identity store, which is your test 123. This is the password for your store, right? And similarly, you can provide the custom trust store. So we have imported the certificate in same identity store. So we have to give the location of same what we have given here, right? And then we can provide the same information PKCS12 and the test 123 and test 123 because this is the same key store that we are using and the password is same, which is test 123, right? So this is the input that you need to provide in the custom key store location. And once it is done, click on save. Then go to SSL tab. Inside the SSL tab, you need to provide the private key alias along with the private key passphrase. So from where to get this private key alias? This is from the very first command that we ran in the part 1 when we created the identity store. So this is the alias that we have given, which is test. So this test you need to give here. And this is private key passphrase. That means the password of your private key. And this is the password for our private key, which is with the hyphen key pass. Right? So you need to provide this test inside the alias. And for the key pass, we have to provide test 123 here. Okay, this is the confirm and click on save, right? Then you can click on advanced tab and here you can disable the hostname verification. Do it none and again click on save. Now go to your general tab and then you need to enable the SSL and we are going to the default port 7002. Click on save. All changes have been activated, no restarts are necessary. And let me show you the server logs as well. So now if I go to server logs, okay, so he can see here loading the identity certificate and loading the trusted certificate, right? So this shows that the identity and the trust certificate has been loaded successfully from our key store that we have configured, correct? Now we can access our admin console with the help of HTTPS and on port 7002 and then HTTPS. Okay, so I can see we can able to see our admin console on port 7002, which is the HTTPS, and here you will see not secure. And why it is not secure? because we have configured with our self-signed certificate. And when you click on the certificate, then you will see all the details that we have given when we initially configured our identity store. So here you will see we have given these details, right? DG, IT. So every details you can see here. The CN name is localhost. Your organization is DG. Organization unit is IT, right? So this is the self-signed certificate that we have configured for our WebLogic server, and this is the WebLogic version 12.1.2. That means the process that I have shown to you for configuration of self-signed certificate, this is applicable for 12.2.14. Okay, you can say all versions of 12c along with the 14.1.1, because in the 14.1.1 we have our same traditional admin console. Right. So this covers the configuration of your WebLogic with the self-signed certificate in the 12c and 14.1 version. Now I will show you how to configure this self-signed certificate for the WebLogic 14.1.2 and 15.1.1 version. Okay. So as I said, only the difference is that the navigation has been changed due to the remote console. Otherwise, rest of the configuration is same. So let us see how we can configure the self-signed certificate in the 14.1.2 or 15.1.1 versions of WebLogic.